Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Oh, I'm a do.
Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And please, as usual, okay, kindly let me know how the audio is on your own device right there, okay? Please let me know that. Apart from the background music that seems to be going back and forth, off and on like that, right? Let me know how this sounds, like you are hearing me right now. Share the broadcasts. Some news from other parts of Africa, West Africa, from Senegal to Togo. Their stories are a little bit like, you know, sort of inspiring, but there are stories behind them. We want to kind of pick the stories behind them. Maybe you and I can learn one or two things tonight. Share the broadcast. YouTube. And yes, right. You have seen them taking shot at the Nigerian Naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria is playing with you. And some people are already asking questions. How come the dollar is going down and the price of food is going up? What is going on? Voodoo economy. I should be a chief, right? You call me Shifo. Meanwhile, just for your own information, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi has met with those that invited him, the security agents. And according to him, the conversation was very, the interaction, they called it, interaction was very, fruitful. And there is no cause for alarm. Have you shared the broadcast yet? So yes, Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Maiyegun and this is live. If you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description of this broadcast, and you have shared it, and you have also liked the video from whatever platform you are watching it from right now, this is for you. Thank you. Now, let us start from the start. From the news, from Senegal, we have been hearing this positive news from the effort of the citizens who are also so similar to that of Nigeria. They are also a country of different ethnic tribes and all that, conjured together. But they were colonized by French, just like Nigeria was that of British. Somehow, the politics of divide and rule also work in Senegal. For some time, it's always been the lot, the establishment. But this last 2 years seems to have changed all of that to the point that the effort has actually been a fruitful success, where a man that was in prison 20 days ago, he was a prisoner of state, and today is the president-elect. But it seems that the fruit, as they say, did not fall far from the tree. From the time this kind of video popped up on the internet today, and that is the headline for this broadcast, his message to France.
It is high time for France to lift its knee off our neck and put an end to this unjust oppression. Centuries of misery, human trafficking, colonization, and neocolonization have caused immeasurable suffering. It's time to put an end to this cycle of oppression. It's high time for France to leave us alone. It's time for France to take a cue from its European neighbors and learn a valuable lesson in independence. Germany is the leading economic power in Europe, significantly surpassing France, which is ranked as the 3rd or 4th largest economic power globally. Germany does not exploit any country, any colony. I can mention Italy, I can mention Spain, who had colonies before, but who do not exploit anyone, who do not interfere, who do not impose leaders in their former colonies. On what grounds does France believe it can continue to impose leaders on us and make choices on our behalf? This must come to an end. And the emerging Africa, the African youth, the African elites, and the African diaspora all stand united in saying no. it cannot continue any longer. France's hypocrisy is evident and pervasive in daily life. Let's examine the cases of Mali and Chad as prime examples of this hypocrisy. In Chad, where the constitutional process has been interrupted, France applauded and its president visited to officially consecrate the new king's coronation ceremony. In Mali, where it is not the constitutional process that has been interrupted, but the transition process, France has condemned and even packed up its things to say that it is leaving Mali. That's hypocrisy. It's the double standard. It is the double language that France employs in its dealings with Africa. During our questioning of Mr. Jean-Yves Le Drian regarding the situation in Ivory Coast and France's decision to allow a third term, he provided a clear explanation. He stated that while he accepted the third term for Ouattara, he refuses it for Belarus. He emphasized that France has condemned the situation in Belarus and has actively encouraged the European Union to do the same. Le Drian explains that in Belarus, millions protested, unlike Ivory Coast, where there were no mass demonstrations on the streets. This is how France deals with African issues. Personally, we expect absolutely nothing from France. We desire her to cease meddling in our matters so that the people of Senegal can exercise their freedom of choice rather than being influenced by France's selection of a candidate using the tactics we are aware of. We begin by targeting individuals, adorning them with the Legion of Honor or a similar knightly rank, enlisting them in Masonic lodges, and informing them to prepare themselves as they will be next in line. Even the hypothesis that Macky Sall may not succeed, we know who is being prepared by France. This must come to an end. It will not occur in this manner any longer. Let's be clear. We have absolutely nothing against the French people. In France, both political and citizen voices are rising to hold and express the same discourse as the one I am currently presenting to you. For example, the deputies, such as Mrs. Frédérique Dumas, who regularly speaks on the platform of the Assembly, who regularly writes to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, since she is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, to raise this unfair behavior of France towards Africa, hold the same speech as us. The same Mr. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, Jean-Paul Lecoq, André Chassaigne, all deputies, hold the same discourse as us, and hundreds of other voices. The NGOs, like other non-profit organizations, are doing remarkable work in the same direction. We strongly urge France to listen to the voices that speak to it about our plan for a more collaborative, fairer, and sustainable partnership between Africa and France. It is crucial that we work together towards a future that is equitable, just, and environmentally conscious. If she listens, I believe we'll have beautiful days ahead in our collaboration together. If he doesn't know how to cut it, thinking he can continue to function like in the time of our grandfathers, this African youth no longer accepts it. France must make preparations for a definitive break and completely withdraw from Africa. Africa belongs to Africans, not France. She belongs to no one else, neither China, nor the United States, nor anyone else. It is high time for France to...
The guy you heard his speech there is the vice president-elect of Senegal today. The young people, the young Africans in diaspora are returning back, even though they are still being emasculated by the known imperialists. But there is a lot for me and you to learn, especially a lot of us who are in the diaspora who actually knows what is wrong with our different countries in Africa, Nigeria in particular. You listen to that young man there. That was him making a speech on behalf of the rest of African countries that have been regularly exploited by France. Taking a stand and saying, the youth of Africa now or the emerging youth of Africa, they will no longer settle for less like their grandfathers. Isn't that impressive? That ended up to electoral victory for these guys in Senegal. I mean, let's give credit to the establishment in their country that did not compromise, especially their judiciary. The youth of Senegal, like they are the majority, okay? The highest percentage of the population of Senegal is made up of people who are under 40, under 30, in their millions. But there is already, as usual, there are already established systems in Africa that are there in different African countries. Their main objective is to keep their people in perpetuity of poverty, okay? The young people, the old, and then help and join hands with the colonialists who gave independence to Africa, but made Africa dependent on them, okay? To continue to exploit their people as both human and natural resources. I mean, the rest of the world is filled with Africans who have to go and fend for something elsewhere, far away from their lands, while their land are occupied by the old imperial, their criminal leaders, as well as their collaborative colonialists. The Imagine Africans, the Imagine African youth, most of them from the diaspora, they have acquired all the knowledge that prepared them for actual leadership, rather than continue to stay back in the diaspora to, continue to make the same Western world, okay, flourish, while their land continue to be pillaged. So they continue to push that. You did that in Nigeria last year. A lot of diasporans invested so much in that Charade election in Nigeria. But the rest, they say, is history today. But in Senegal, they did not stop. And the institutions that were supposed to stand behind them, as corrupt as their country and their institutions supposed to be, there were few left. The judiciary. And that was the moment when the incumbent president decided to postpone election because he saw that he would have no chance of imposing his own stooge as successor. Soko is called Sonko. Let me take this off. Diamoye is Basiru. Basiru Diamoye Faye. That is the guy on the left. Is the 44-year-old president-elect of Senegal. 20 days ago, he was in prison just for criticizing the president of Senegal ahead of election. The president of Senegal wanted them removed. They called them anarchists. They called them people who wanted to destroy the country. They said they were the people who wanted to start war in Senegal. If they lose the election, they were not guaranteed that they will win. The system continually said, these are the troublemakers in Senegal, and they must be stopped. So the two of them were put in jail 20 days ago. And today, the one on the left is the president-elect. The one on the right is the vice president-elect. This is what Faye himself, Basiru, had to say in French this time. Please take a look at the subtitle on the screen. It will help you.
Je salue la posture des autres candidats qui, sans exception, ont honoré une tradition bien sénégalaise sans même attendre la proclamation des résultats officiels par les instances habilitées de l'État. Leurs messages de félicitations sont le témoignage éloquent de leur grandeur. Je m'engage à gouverner avec humilité, dans la transparence, à combattre la corruption dans toutes les échelles, à toutes les échelles. Je m'engage à me consacrer pleinement à la refondation de nos institutions et au renforcement des fondements de notre vivre ensemble. Cette élection est intervenue dans un contexte marqué par une crise préélectorale qui aura coûté des vies, qui aura fait de nombreux blessés, qui aura vu de nombreux patriotes emprisonnés. Nous entendons tourner cette page pour réconcilier les cœurs, réconcilier les Sénégalais et nous mettre inlassablement au travail qui devra marquer et réaliser l'espoir qui a été suscité par mon élection et le projet dont je suis le porteur. Je lance un appel à nos frères et sœurs africains pour qu'ensemble nous consolidions les acquis obtenus dans les processus de construction de l'intégration de la CEDEAO, tout en corrigeant les faiblesses et en changeant certaines méthodes, stratégies et priorités politiques. Je voudrais dire à la communauté internationale, à nos partenaires bilatéraux et multilatéraux, que le Sénégal tiendra toujours son rang. Il restera le pays ami et l'allié sûr et fiable de tout partenaire qui s'engagera avec nous dans une coopération vertueuse, respectueuse et mutuellement productive. Et de réserver une mention particulière à un homme. Je pense que je n'ai pas besoin de le citer pour le Oui, le président Ousmane Sonko. Je salue la posture.
President Sonko. That's it. 44-year-old man leading the struggle of the young people in a country that they believe that they are so blessed than what they have been given. A lot of them believe that the generations, the older generation before them, they had it so better than them, than what they are offering them. And in the fight for we deserve better, the result is just what you just saw there. Okay, now it is time for them to prove it. And guess what? His first message is to tell everyone that, listen, I have to acknowledge what we have suffered. Our patriots that were jailed. Our patriots that died. We must never forget the hope attached to this struggle. And right there on that same podium, he started extending his hand of brotherhood to these other young revolutionaries in this Chad, in Mali, not Chad per se, maybe Mali, in Burkina Faso, and, Niger Republic, telling them that, despite all the weaknesses, it will be time for us to hold ourselves as brothers, young people with revolutionary visions and minds, and now they can go prove something. So the failed older generation in their country, the political class, they would have to take the back seat now. So whether they are going to make Senegal greater, now their destiny is in their hands now. Do you understand? Not in the hands of career criminals. Those who have been so used to systemic kleptomania that it has become a state policy. Their people are suffering, their economies are dying. But as long as their own lifestyle continues to be funded, then everything is fine. That is one thing I want us to pick from there. And if you leave Senegal, still in West Africa, you have Togo. The news from Togo this afternoon is that they have changed their own constitution. Now, this is not new in that part of the world, okay? Because, you see, the current president of Togo, what is his name again? Enadema. Yansigbe Enadema. Ogudogu Eyadema. You sure I know the Eyadema, Sabi? Before them born me, the Eyademas have been ruling Togo. So when the Eyadema father died, the son took over. And the son has been in power for 19 years now already. But somehow, this hasn't bring about any unity or progress, so to say, they've always been having problems too. So they decided that, okay, the system of government that will work for them, the system of government that will work for them is not going to be presidential system of government. They will need a new constitution that will actually, identify and acknowledge every part of the country, every part, tribe or ethnic nationality that make up the country. Their own interest will be fully identified in that, captured in that constitution. So they choose to write another one. And in that agreement, they agree that this guy who is there right now can complete his term by being the first to enjoy it. But he's not going to enjoy it as a full term. He's currently about 5 years of his 19-year rule, second or third or fifth term of his 19-year rule. So they are now saying, in this our new law call to be the president of the country, that's your problem, but it's a parliamentary system of government. We don't want to practice presidential anymore. And anybody that is party is the majority. That is the party that elects the majority members. They will be the one to now choose prime minister, the president. That party will choose. So if they do another election, the party lose majority. The majority party will choose president, prime minister. But for this guy there, let him complete his tenure. He would have to spend just extra 1 more year plus what he's using. I think he will now make it 23 years or 22 years. And he will have no right to contest or run for office again. The Yademas. This is the son. Now, in Papa first be president. In Papa was president for about 30 years or something. Then this one, when in Papa died, he became president. Now he's been president for 19 years already. So to do away with him, finally, and the whole clan, dynasty, they decided that okay, you will complete the first part of your this, but from now on. So again, Nigerians, if they pay attention, that is where you are still going to handle. Everybody will still come back to that agreement and say, listen, if we want to continue to be part of this contraption, we will have to renegotiate the entire thing. And if we don't agree on any agreement or anything, everybody to go a separate way. There are many countries that will be created out of a current contraption that are far, far bigger than Togo, the Benin Republic, than Ghana, than some of these African countries, not only in landmass, including in population. When you now weigh their economy, if you allow them to run countries that will be broken out of Nigeria, their economy will still be far, far better than that of all these countries. But you are scared of trying it out. So we die here. No, it is going to get to a point whereby you will be queuing up to decide if you want to still be part of Nigeria or not. Sorry, I feel like that cap is already giving me heat. So I may take it off very soon, okay? But that is from Togo. And the news just sort of swept through Nigeria like, so it is possible for people to actually change their form of government. Of course, the current one you have, the one before it, since 1963, which led to 1966. The entire system of government that they have been forcing on the rest of Nigeria, none of you had a say in them. None of our parents, none of their own parents, not us, had an input to say, okay, this is how we wanted it. State creation in Nigeria had no input from any. People just woke up and said, hey, you are now from Kogi State. Oh, Kogi. Okay, we are now Kogi. Hey, get up. You are now Delta. Okay, Delta Abi. Hey. They say we are now Delta. Delta. We are Delta. Delta. You Delta. They say you. You are now Yobe. They say, oh, hey, we are Yobe now. Where to where? Again. They say here. You are Yobe. Oh yeah. Go everywhere and say you are Yobe. None of us actually, not our parents, not their own parents. Nobody actually had a say on how they arrive at that. So if you are defending anything they told you, you are defending a lie. So yes, a system can be changed, okay? And when a system is changed, it has to suit the people who want to operate them. The type of government you want, you will look at yourself and say, what kind of government you want? This is the one we want. Okay, yeah, go practice them. Sink or swim, or drown or save. Oh yeah, go practice them. Not the one they impose on you and they will tell you it's non-negotiable. If you dare talk about it, they have to charge you for treason, treasonable felony. I won't weary. My own children will not grow up to believe those lies. The ones they try so much to socially condition me. You know, they socially conditioned us. All these primary school, secondary school, all these things, you know, say, if you sit down very well and pay attention and say they are, regular indoctrination. Indoctrination. It thinks the same way. You see things the same way. Tunnel vision. With duty or rerun. To anything. You get that? So yes, my own children should not be of the same. Your children shouldn't. Even if you have become a dry fish, that sometimes we'll probably have to use, what do you call it? Command and control. Touch and go. To talk to you. Even if we use our some of you, there are some certain things that can no longer change about you. That is how you are going to die. But let's save the generation coming after you. They cannot die in that ignorance. Here you get. So sometimes it's not about changing you. It is about helping the generation coming after you. Since we cannot stop you from procreating, we can't stop you from reproducing. It's natural, right? Just same way they will say, you should respect older people. And we're like, come on, man. Is there anything that normal people do where foolish people know they do? Foolish people. Then they marry. Then they fall in love. Yes. They procreate. See. They reproduce. They born like normal people. Yeah. They appear like normal people too until you kind of get closer and you're like, oh my God. So you see, we might be saving a lot of generation after us, after all. So when you now see foolish people and say, old age, Baba, who know they grow? See, people, they grow old. Normal people, they grow old. Wise people, they grow old. Intelligent people, they grow old. Foolish people, they grow old too. Yeah. So why are you acting surprised? Do you think if somebody is foolish, so foolish to the point that their entire DNA and the rest of that is pretty much like a foolish lane, all those kind of you don't know that there's this type of DNA foolish lane, but don't try and Google that, okay? Yeah, it is DNA, man. Have you not seen 40-year-old people in Nigeria where they shout Akanbi, 45 years old? Akanbi, behind the 88-years-old man, 88-years-old drug lord, 45-year-old. You never see 40-year-old Nigerians when still they collect pocket money for house. Let me say their parents rich. But the condition outside have sent many of them back to their parents' house. They are just, some are waiting for their parents to die so that they can be landlord. Because you see, when their parents were their age, 25, 30, about, they think when our parents, when they were like in their 20s, 30s, they were actually doing normal things. Those ones that were working, those ones that were schooling, they were like superb in their education. You see, those ones that were working, they were like really working class. You see, that one are working class. They were like falling in love normally at that age. Some of them were like getting married at 19, 22. They were like graduates with jobs. Some could like afford the brand new cars, 504 Peugeot. At the age of 26, 25. These were like, 27, 28. They started family like normal. Papa, you be 27. They still they ask you, say, what? See, you need to do something with your life, oh, and you are saying that why are they rushing you? Why are they rushing you? Why are you rushing me? Am I the only person that yeah? At your age, at 35, you are using a Bokwari's picture as your profile picture on social media. You dey call yourself, I am a die-hard Buharist. I will die anywhere. Let me tell you, I love Buhari die. At the age of 40, you no get job. Some of you have become so useless that oh my dear man, you no get job, you no get life, you no get wife, you no get family, you have no real purpose, you have nothing. You wake up every day, just and expect whatever God pushed to you that day, now your own. You live by the day. Or you dey read the news or somebody will just become president, 44-year-old in Senegal. But you see no sit down and think about your life and say, our parents were not rich. Like they were not really rich, if you think about it. But somehow, some of them were able to build houses. They were able to send children to schools. Papa, you go see this one Janjala man. Now bricklayer in they do. Your papa na bricklayer, but he's sending battalion to university, funding the lifestyle of his children. But today, some of you cannot even feed yourself. Talk less of feeding another person's daughter. But you are a champion. You are a champion on defending Nigeria. This is our country. Anybody that say this country cannot be great, we will die here. Even at Italian, die here. Let's save the one coming, please. So that's why I said that we may not be able to save you anymore. And I do not have intention of saving people where we say they don't become dry fish. These people, they procreate. Foolish people, they born. Foolish people, they fall in love. Don't pretend that you don't know that. You think now that they fall in love, or they have a wife, or they have a husband, they will become wise. Anyway, we will get there. Okay? You are going to one day realize this, and very soon. And if you don't, your children will. No, I promise you that. Your children, my children, they won't live that lie. And that's why they won't like us and say, hey, you cannot be doing it like this. You cannot, you know what I mean? Like, calm down. You calm down. Okay? You see, they say the difference between, currently we are here and we will be there, they say, Abi, but they say the current between here and there. Baba na Tisha, here, there. Nati, and the smart one said the T is time. The difference between here and there is T, the time. So from here, we will be there. We are inching closer. Let the rogues in Nigeria continue. Because I beg you now. A country where somebody like Wiki and Co. will come to that one. So earlier today, this afternoon, we were looking into this issue of Kaduna kidnapping and the release of these children. But one thing we have now observed is that, if let's say when we ask a question, we sort of get some people angry. I don't know if you have noticed, especially Sonny the Clown, the Kaduna Stuji governor. That is the Kaduna Little Fingers Stuji. Sonny the Clown. Baba Sonny the Clown last night was asked, you said these children were rescued. Was there any shootout, or because this guy said they wanted 1 billion naira? So what did they just change their mind and all that? Omo Alaye became agitated. And he said, why are people, especially all of you foreign media, why are you asking all these questions?
we told you that it is not 287 children. It is only 137 children. They even have a child that they quoted, okay? In fact, I'll start from there. Let's go see where Sonny was talking to a child that they said, oh, the child confirmed that only 138 of them were kidnapped. Their teacher was unwell and their teacher died. Even though one of those who escaped the day of the kidnapping, who happened to be one of the head teachers in that school, came back and told everyone in the presence of the Sonny the Clown himself that they have a total of 287 missing. And the media covered that, and Sonny also covered, and it was, you know. So now they have these children, the children that were like, you know, like, all garbed in the Ashoebi. So somebody said, if you are looking for any, if you are going to any Owambe and you do not want to be disappointed by your tailor, you should call Sonny the Clown to give you the number of the tailor in Kaduna that never fails. Some said maybe the children were released before then, or maybe they knew when they would be released and they started measuring them to prepare their clothing and all of that. Now, these questions gone they cause wahala. Sonny says you should be jubilating. Okay, hang on. The people that took them, which terrorist group took them? Now, Boko Haram. Now, Fulani bandits. Who took them? You should not be asking this question. Leave this question out of that. We should not be asking the military. First, he said, ask the military. Then later he said, we should not be asking the military how they carry out their operation. Papa, you dey mad, you dey lie to us, we dey ask questions, you dey tell us, you dey crazy, answer the question, Jari Abi, where they go. That's how I felt, by the way, you know, like, which one can go nonsense here now? Ogbowo abogbowo, shogbowo, megbowo, ogbowo abogbowo, megbowo, mogbowo ke, ewoni mo shogbowo. Kind of like pushing it back and forth for those who remember that Baba Suwe's comedy. So the bottom line is, they said we should just be celebrating. Did they just call you and say, come and get, like, no, don't ask questions. We know some of you who are trying because you have never been to Kaduna. You don't even know Kaduna. But yet, you are all there, international, in the diaspora, online. You are trying to narrate this. Baba, na question we they ask. We are just asking question. We are not dumbos. Or do you really think? You know, hear the Sonko where Sonko spoke earlier. Everybody will sit down there. They be like, oh mama, see how this guy is talking. Man, see how English fluent. This one a diaspora imported Senegalese. It got to your turn, Baba. Your own state governor. You can't. Come on, man. I'm not surprised. The more they try to shy away from it, the more we are asking questions that explain this. But my first start, we'll first go to the part where did you collect or you know collect? Mo collect, no me collect. No me collect. Do you get that now? Anyway, let's go to that. Sonny.
Mr. Charles, as I'm speaking with you, honestly speaking, in the next 15 minutes, I will be with the children. They're all excited.
I suppose a question that's very pertinent and on the minds of many people is, were they rescued by security forces or were they released by their abductors?
I think this question should go to the security agencies, particularly for me, the most important thing, Mr. Charles, is as a governor, the most important thing for me is the protection of lives and properties and dignity of the people of Kaduna State. So when the incident happened, I rushed to the service chiefs, the NSA, the President of Nigeria, and everyone that can help. Today, I am happy that they have returned back safely. I didn't want to ask anybody a question. I even cautioned a lot of people that were asking the question because you need to see the families, you need to see the children, you need to see how happy they are. For me, that is more important. As a governor, Honestly speaking, yesterday I was asking someone that asked me a similar question. That look, if my child is abducted, if he is released, I wouldn't bother anyone asking question how he is released. The most important.
I won't bother anybody asking questions. Are you being serious right now? And again, by the way, can we actually begin to tell these criminals that they are public officials and they are nobody's fathers? Their children are at home and they do know their children. You understand? Like these children are not his children. And he should by no means put them beside his own child that we all know they will never use to play politics like this. Is that something we they can? Because you can see all of them when they see Tifnumbu, they would. Some of them will prostrate, some of them will kneel, and all of that. They will say, "Is the father? Is their father? I'm the father, or I'm your father. I'm the father of everybody. As a father, I cannot, that kind of." Is it all right that you younger people begin to remind these older people that hypocrisy, that eye service, is becoming stale, and it's actually stale now, and it's becoming more like annoying because they won't treat their children this way. And it's not by what they say, it is actually by what they do that will prove to you that they are fathers too. Which father will be comfortable enough to loot the resources that is meant to actually care for the population? Which father will do that? Like, starve your own children. So they are not your fathers. Politicians are not your fathers. They are not your mothers. They are not your helpers. Apart from the fact that they are living off you, scrounging you, scavenging you, they are working for you. I think it's time for you to know that whatever they do for you is not out of privilege. They are supposed to be right. But they are more or less like privilege now. They want you to say thank you if you want them to do more. So they are not your father or your mother. I hope you remember that. Good. Now, let's go back into that place where he began throwing tantrums because he did not want to answer any question. The full part.
Mr. Charles, as I'm speaking with you, honestly speaking, in the next 15 minutes, I will be with the children. They're all excited. They are waiting for me. They will not be happy to hear me wasting time talking about whether they were a gun battle or anything when they are released. You need to see them. You will agree with me. They are extremely happy. And of course, as you ask me a question, I will also find out. Okay? So give me time to find out. Okay. But as far as I'm concerned, as of today, I know they were released, and of course, I believe in our armed forces. They told me, and I believe it. No ransom was paid, so we should thank God. That was exactly the statement. And of course, here for me, everybody has his own priority. What is my priority as a governor? Is to get my children back, and they're back. That is my priority for now. And I'm happy. I thank Almighty Allah. They're back.
Yes, that's as we said, everybody shares in your happiness there. But you mentioned that they did not pay, or you did not pay a ransom to get them released. Do you know if anyone else paid a ransom if it wasn't you? Because I mean, the kidnappers had demanded nearly 700,000, the equivalent of nearly $700,000 US.
Can I now correct it? Maybe you didn't hear my statement, Mr. Charles, or my speech. Today, I sent a word of caution to conflict merchants and security merchants around the country. Why some of us are not happy? Let me tell you the truth, Mr. Charles. When these children were abducted, people who have no idea about Kaduna, who have no idea about the community, who have no contact with the family, who have never made effort to ensure that these people are released, went to the media with very irresponsible, senseless numbers of 287. For me, that statement is the height of irresponsibility. So that's the reason why I believe there are still some conflict merchants who might not be happy that these children are back home safely. That is my position. And these people, instead of them to celebrate, because when the children were abducted, millions of people were concerned. I thought it was genuine. When these children were back, I didn't see this kind of celebration. And the conversation have shifted to another thing that is petty to me. We're talking about the lives of the children. That is why I'm worried. And the same characters that went to the media talking about 287, I thought by now they should now be ashamed of themselves because the children are back, and they told the whole world that only 138 were abducted. But guess what, Mr. Charles? A few days ago, some conflict merchants and insecurity merchants were in the media, including foreign media, spreading lies, propaganda, everything, that 287 children were kidnapped in Kaduna. Can we now call those characters that were doing such kind of propaganda as far back as 3 days ago? I would call them media, the journalists. Some of them say they are experts. How can they be experts? Working on speculation, working on propaganda, working on hearsay. A trade expert should rely on facts and figures. That means they're not expert. I call them insecurity merchants. And by the grace of God in Kaduna, we will never hear something like this. Let me draw your attention to Koolu incident. Once some people went to the media and said 87 people were kidnapped in Koolu in Kaduna State. Let me also make it clear to you, that was also a figment of their imagination. There was not any 87 people that were kidnapped in Koolu. I must tell you today, I'm still laughing at them.
Okay, well,
I'm the governor. Just like I was laughing at them. When they called the 287 people, I was laughing at them.
Yeah.
Because as a governor, I know exactly the number of the students in Kuriga, primary school and secondary school. I know the people that went to the assembly that morning, but I didn't join issue with those confident merchants because I know they are doing that for their selfish ends.
Yeah, well,
again,
yeah,
the same merchants last week. Let me say something. I must say something, Charles, since you called me here.
And still, the question was never answered. And from what we have now gathered, the Nigeria army, they will now release 230 suspected Boko Haram fighters, because they now found out that they were wrong. These people they don't have any link with Boko Haram. Are you listening? I decided to say that way so that you can digest it. I'm not accusing them of anything. No. I'm not saying that they are about to exchange 230 Boko Haram fighters for 137 freed school children, since they won't tell us the faction of the Boko Haram or terror group that took them. And since they won't tell us, and they won't tell you as well that they paid ransom. The terrorists just changed their mind and they decided to free the children. But the army, the Kaduna governor, the Tifnubu's government, they couldn't really say to you that they are doing prisoner swap. Again, like, if I have evidence, I will present it and I will accuse them. But now I'm not accusing them of anything until I have that evidence. I'm just saying it to you that winch cried yesterday. He can't die today. Somehow, you kind of feel like now the wish we cry yesterday killed the Peking we die today. Like it's just like the sort of a saying, but that doesn't really literally mean, do you think? Yeah, they said they thought those people, they arrested them because they thought, so they arrested them for having link to Boko Haram or having link with Boko Haram and other terrorism activities. But between March 8th and now, when those school children were taken, and the negotiation was started, and a tailor was called in to make the dress for them, and then they got the buses to a location without paying anything, and they put the children in the buses straight to Kaduna governor's house. Their parents couldn't see them for the next few days. And then Nigeria Army, not with the court clearance or any sort of investigation that really sort of, can back it up and say they carried out a thorough check to say these 230 people were arrested illegally. Therefore, they will be compensated and released. There is no legal nothing or anything. It's just news. The Nigerian Army packed them. They put them somewhere, and now they figured out that, oh, we're wrong. No, we're wrong. Okay, you know what? Release them. I'm not saying those people were Boko Haram, but they were kind of arrested for having something to do with Boko Haram, okay? Or killing the soldiers here and there, up north. But that's changed now. So they want you to celebrate. Well, you should celebrate. But one person that seems not to be celebrating as we speak is the man that his tantrum has taken a new turn. His name is Werewike. Now, you see, Werewike is publicly asking for help. But majority of you are going to be laughing. And sometimes you're going to be scorning him. Right. Before I take you to Werewike's latest tantrum, in fact, right now, Werewike has identified all his enemies. He realizes that somehow, Fubara has managed to unite all Werewike's enemy behind himself. Now, those who told Werewike that they will stand with him to the end, majority of them are beginning to jump ship. And Werewike is like, even Odili, will you Peter Odili, I build you a cancer center. Your name is on the cancer center. Odili Cancer Center. You too. Brutus, you too. Mary, Odili. Injustice, Mary. I built judges' quarters in your name. You too. So Werewike is lamenting. But I have some information I have to kind of give back to you. This afternoon, all right, I shared a video. I share videos from Soludos and Soludom's Japan, Anambra, Japan. And we're talking about the poor handling of road construction in that part of the eastern Nigeria. In fact, we saw a construction whereby the road, a new road. However, you see the electric pole that was in the middle of that construction was not removed. In fact, they actually constructed the road through that electric pole. That is something, right? Then that same road was reported that the rain, flushed everything off. I reported that because I could, I've been following, I told you I follow things everywhere. But there's something I want to quickly correct. Okay. So the impression, some of the reports we got from Anambra, that Ochanja Junction or something. What's that place again? I'll tell you. Don't worry. Hang on. So there's a junction along that poorly constructed road that Soludo was building there, okay? And that junction was kind of presented as if to say the entire stretch of 2-kilometer road is reported was washed off. The road is still poorly constructed, though. But you know what they are saying? They say, well, number one, the entire surface is not washed off, okay? It's just a section, a part that's been washed off. That is the video that made itself to the internet. The entire stretch is not washed off, but according to them, they have not even completed it. It's not a completed road. Now, some mischief makers want making look like, say, Soludo is total failure. And I'm not going to pretend I didn't see that. So therefore, you know what I see, I go show you. And if I also see that, well, this is not totally true, I will also show you. Because the real purpose and intention is to educate ourselves enough that when you're asking questions, so, you're asking the right questions. And if you are going to get angry, you are getting angry for a right reason. That is what will make your anger genuine. That is what will never make you change your belief when you believe on something that is actually true, not misleading. Okay? Excuse me. Oh dear, I thought I could hold that. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so I have to show you. First, I'll show you the construction. Then I will also show you the portion destroyed. And I will also show you the entire stretch, which is going to be the after the rainfall. Right? Here is the road before the rain.
Please do support the government for a better Anambra.
Ochanja Junction. And that is right there in Onitsha, I believe, right? That was before the rain. So immediately after the rain, yesterday, a portion of the road was like this.
I don't have a 25 March 2024. Yeah. So you don't know
Ochanja. That's the right pronunciation. It's Ochanja. Okay? So that was immediately after the rain, but it's a portion. It's just a portion there. Listen, the entire work is absolute bollock. All right? But the video was presented in a way that the entire stretch was washed by the rain. Now, let me show you what it looks like today. This is like after the rain now, okay? This is what it looks like. Just so you know.
So guys, we are in Iweka Road trying to see the spoiled portion, but we have gone round and we couldn't find the spoiled portion. Yeah, no, not like. don't get this. You are go person. I won't do 1 minute for here, then. Let me do 2 minutes.
Very wicked bacteria. You only men are really all you put any walking down spam. He is make a wine to be man made okay. All you weekends are looking back. You look at people looking or lion or banning or fancy after again.
I think it's some. You see?
So the last part of the video is considered to be the juncture where the flood, okay, the flood of water was kind of like, you know, punch until it destroyed. But they've managed to, anyway, you sure saw the place, right? It's the Iweka Road. You remember this time in Nigeria, when I did Nigeria that time, when the home videos, where the Nigeria Nollywood, Yoruba Nolly was pretty much started at the time, and you'll be hearing things like go to Pound Road, Aba, Iweka Road, Upper Iweka Road, Onitsha, Eloko witi. Elebolu, like, you remember those days, eh? Elebolu, Elosi number 25, eh? Ebingpeju Lane Idumota. Number 5, Pound Road, Aba. Number 1001, Upper Iweka Road, Onitsha. That's the Iweka Road, the popular Iweka Road. That is where the Professor Taiwan Solodom is working on. And according to him, it's really incomplete. It's ongoing project. So which means the people constructing it are still very much on site. And whatever is wrong with it before they deliver the road as completed, they will fix it. You just have to believe them, Abi. Now let's go to Port Harcourt. Yeah. Obi Akpo, to be precise. That is in River State, where Were Wike, the little Hitler, they say is it Obi Akpo, little Hitler, Were Wike is still battling with his own godson, Simcard Fubara. Now, Simcard Fubara, according to Were Wike, is a silent killer. Fubara did not show his color. He was quiet until they rigged him in as governor. Were Wike believed that he he has fulfilled his life ambition. He has run his political enemies out of town. They will never amount to anything anymore in River State politics as long as he lives. Unfortunately, God, our creator, God said, now 10% in the collect. If you go church, how much is your tithe? If you don't want things to be tight for you, as they threaten you every now and then. If you don't want things to be tight for you, pay your tithe. Even God, now 10% did they demand. When the wicked demand for 25% of the revenue, all resources in the River State, took over 70% of political appointments, to the point that some people who served under with the wicked as commissioner, they were still the same commissioners under Fubara, same position, and their loyalty is to their boss, who is now serving a new master in Abuja. On your mandate, we shall stand, Jagaban. On your mandate, we shall stand, Jagaban. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand, Jagaban. The way they cried out, he said, Fubara was about to destroy his political base. And once his political base is gone in River State, he is nothing. And therefore, he will fight to death. The House of Assembly guys are still doing his bidding, by the way. They are making laws. They are passing through. They're sort of bypassing the Fubara. You know what I mean? Like, Fubara is governor, but he's getting old side. You know, at the State House of Assembly, they get their own master. So the entire state is like, but Sibe. They talk say they want ban with the wicked from Obiakpo. Imagine people from your own community come write letters say you don't be from their community. You be bastard. When you can say me under 1 year, all of them don't turn against me. You know, including the orderlies. The orderlies that you know. Ma take you to River State where Obiakpo to Hitler with the wicked is lamenting. It might be annoying. But can you use this to cool up, okay? Maybe laugh. All right? We just celebrated a 44-year-old president in Senegal. And some of you are seated there and you're like, thinking about your life, like, can you go life, Michi? Even me. I don't sit down and think about my life. I say, 40 years. There's no chance I will be president of anywhere till I die. And there's a reason. It's because even though I don't beg anybody, made them burn me for that contraption, I open my eyes. I realize, say, that they shout up NEPA. And others, as you know, like that, I say, God damn it, now this place I them burn me. What's I go do? Kill myself and become a born again. So I have to face it. You can be like every man. You face it, face your fear. Nigeria is the weapon fashioned against me. And the moment I realize that, I don't get choice. So I was thinking about my life. But here is a 55-year-old man, a former state governor, a drunkard, that is publicly lamenting that his own trusted political base. They are betraying him. So if you cannot be angry, then laugh. Please.
So many people find excuses to do whatever they want to do. I am proud to come from Obiakpo. As you go through us, you will defend. You can see those of us who are really from Obiakpo. I know there's so many people who are not from Obiakpo who claim they are from Obiakpo. By our characters, we know them. You have seen the speaker, Martin Amehule. You have seen the character of real Obiakpo person. You have seen Kingsley Ogunduchimda. That is the true character of Obiakpo person. You have known me, you have seen me. I came out in this country and I challenged my party. Except you do the right thing, we will fight injustice. That is the character of a real Obiakpo person. And that also translates as a real Rivers people. There are people who say they are Rivers people, but by the antecedent, it cannot be real Rivers people. Pressure came on me. Pressure came at the time we wanted who would succeed me. Pressure came. One of the very best I would have presented would have been Okechinda. One of the very best. Forget those fake Ikore people who were running around saying that they want to be governor. They cannot serve master and boy. But they are waiting on the road now to serve boy. No really Ikore man says that and goes back. No really Ikore man will tell you you will vomit and take back. That cannot be an Ikore man. And that cannot be a reverse person. Chinda have told you, do not bother yourself. In Ikore tradition, when you start beating the drum of wrestling, it is not that time the real wrestlers will come out. Do you understand me? The real wrestlers will come in later, towards the end. That's when you see the real wrestlers. Leave all these people who cannot stand ordinary hunger, whom God has given them something, yet they cannot manage what God gave them. I pity the boys, young boys who were shouting before. Now these same people have gone to take their position. They can never stay one place. When I wanted to become governor, 2014, 2015, the same people fought me. There's nothing they didn't do to get the ticket. They couldn't get it. And they had no choice because they know that my predecessor is going out, so they couldn't go back to him. They have no choice but to come to me. In 2023, just because they couldn't get the ticket, they swore over their dead body. They went and supported another presidential candidate. I said, for me, and that's how the music, Yendeba, Yendeba, that's how it came. You have taken, allow these people to take. I said, I will stand and I will fight for a Southerner to be president. All of them. They said, this man, he will die today. This man, he will die tomorrow. In fact, we are not sure he will stand for the election. By the grace of God, we won. We didn't only win, we shocked Nigeria. The way politics is supposed to be played. We told PDP, since you don't want to obey the rules, the constitution of our party, all our National Assembly members, all our state assembly, you will get the seat. But this presidency, we have agreed it will go to the south. And that was what happened. You see that? Don't forget people going from one place to the other. They are forming this. They are allowed. Don't dissipate your energy. Don't worry yourself. The time will come. We will say, who knows the game? You play the game. So let nobody worry yourself to say this. I want to thank the members of State Assembly who have shown character, who have seen that, look, money is good, but money is not everything in life. The pastor has preached today, and I tell you in life, be careful.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Just before you forget to, it is still very wiki. He is still bragging. He is very proud of the role he played in rigging Tifnumbu in. He said they shocked Nigerians the way politics was supposed to be played. And of course, it's like, it's like taunting you. It's taunting every one of you. All right? He has a platform to talk to you like that anyway, because they have a system that never punishes them for violating their own laws. And he's confident that instead of getting punished, he was rewarded. He's only crying out because the political capital he used in getting himself to become the ass licker for the same person that he's told us that why would he leave PDP that has malaria to go and join APC, Egbekegbe that has cancer, stage 4 cancer that will soon die. He said that, but he ended up having to go and contract a cancer. Now he's a cancer ambassador. APC, Egbekegbe, as confused as anything you can imagine. We're a wiki. That political capital, now, right now, where the wiki is stuck in between. He will believe that, yes, he has been played. Fubara has played him. But with the federal might, with INEC and the rest, he can endure the embarrassment for the next 3 more years, when they can now do the same thing they did to bring Fubara to power and do it to Fubara himself. But to remain relevant, he's just somebody who don't know how to play a silent game, I think. And that is pretty much to tell you how this thing they burn inside. Here is where all the lists collect their own rubber. I mean, their own thoughts. Yeah, take all the list.
Let anybody come out and challenge me. As governor of Rivers State, I took this state to the level that Nigeria must recognize Rivers State. I say it with all amount of happiness. I built 12 flyovers in 4 years, from 2019 to 2023. I don't want to talk about roads. Look at the law school, the first and the best in this country. I took road to Popo. And that was how the Amanabo for Popo gave me the key that I should lock or open it anytime I want. And that key is still with me. On the 27th of May, 2023, I went and flagged off the ring road in a Popo. On 27th. I did the first ever started and completed the first Trans-Calabari road. I was one who from Emohua and gave to Julius Berger dualized it to Teme Junction. And I told Julius Berger every month I sign, collect 4.5 billion from our IGR. I awarded the first phase of the dualization of Ahoda Road And I started the second from Ahuda to Omok. And I signed an SPA with Jonas Vega, collect 4.something billion every month. I did it. All the schools they are talking about today, I did them. So tell people, envy. Today, I've gone to Abuja. Abuja was low. Today, Abuja is high. The hospital at the Garrison Junction, I completed it, I furnished it, and I said, look, let this thing be part of your 100 days in office. Go and commission them. The Uniport convocation arena, which I gave to somebody who said he would also have master and boy. I paid 98%. I said, make sure you commission it 100 days in office. So envy came. They said, oh, don't commission. He said, well, you will be taking the credit. What's my business? If you commission, you don't commission. What's my business? The record is there. If we get blessed, if we get blessed, yes, we get blessed. The road from Sabiwa to Duala Sabiwa to Kono, I started it, I finished it. The entire roads in Emeka. I hear somebody there now says, hey, don't worry, God will pay everybody back. The entire roads in Emeka and the school GSS, I did it. In both government comprehensive, in Politico, where CJ went to school, I did it. All the roads in Borokiri, I did it. And I named one to one of these people. From here to here. From here to here. I did internal roads in Elele Alimini and Elele Okanali. In Ebeda, I awarded the first internal roads to MCC.
That transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. That
Hi, me, hi. That's all I was hearing, oh. Hi. It was so, he has so much, hi, me, that I have some of them handed over to Fubara. Oh yeah, Fubara. Okay, you know what? Oh yeah, take these ones, okay? They can celebrate 100 days. Because I have hi, me, I did, me. Not our government. Our government did this. Our government did that. All of us that did this together were those who also worked to make you Fubara governor so that you can continue from there. And all of this, I, me, I, me. Now, because say of 25%, 25% money, 75% appointments. Are you listening? 25% money, 75% appointments. And when it comes to contracts, the governor of Rivers State, the second richest state in Nigeria after Lagos, the governor of that state cannot sign a check that is more than 50 million naira without the approval of Werewike the emperor. I, me. I'm so sorry if it is so embarrassing and somehow like cringy, right? We'll see the concluding part. I promise you, this is the last part. I promise you. You need to hear the part of how he dig at the orderlies. How he dig at them is something you have to bring out your phone and record and listen to after the broadcast. I swear. Listen.
The whole road of the four, I did it. The road in Afara, I did it. What is everybody talking about? Look at this one. This one we're reading now. All this you are seeing, I'm standing here without any document to show you what we did. When I was governor, I took Imo State for our oil wells. I were defeated them in Supreme Court. Today, Imo State is collecting the money because I'm not there. It is not about Wike has this, Wike has that. You have your own. I don't have immunity. Petition me. I don't have what? Immunity. After all, most of them are experts in writing petition to EFCC. They were the ones who wrote against Amechi to EFCC. Let them write. I don't have immunity. When they fear you, if you know you have what it takes, appear before the press, talk with the press, live coverage, let them ask you questions, and you talk. Let's see. I talk with the press every day. I say, ask me a question. How many than they want to go read that? It's not about going to pay $1 to say it's weakest counselor, whom I don't even know. At my level, what am I going to do with the counselor? All I do, I tell my people, go and find who will be a counselor. What is my business? That is, instead of you to go and check assembly that you are fighting with. Look at how they are eating their money. All of them come from constituencies. Is it not true? Is it not true? I'm a leader for Bambo and Donny Nobuso. Where are your assembly people? I'm a leader of Port Harcourt. Where are your assembly people? I'm a leader of the Tegema. Where is your assembly? I'm the father of Akutoro. Where are your assembly people? Without me, there's no territory Hafa. Without me, there's no Emowa Hafa. Without me, Ahuda will not exist. Hafa. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Che! And from Che, you have two assembly. Do you have one? I'm from Ghana. Even the one do you have? I'm from Ghana. I used to be in the Senate. I wrote local content law. Do you have an assembly member? I'm from Thai. Without me, nobody can near Thai. Do you have one assembly? I'm from Elebe. We'll teach them a lesson. Where's your assembly member? Don't mind them, oh, don't mind them, don't mind them. All they do is to send, you know, you are one of those strong job boys. Don't follow with you. Thank you. That's the only message they have. So I decided to make sure that I have this opportunity to let people not be feeling bad that people are abusing me. If they don't abuse me, who would abuse? I'm their problem. Some of them cannot do it. The whole reign of the four, I did it.
Sorry, I actually kind of ended there and quickly go straight to where he took his dig against the orderlies. Then we can go. All right? Listen, this article is referring to one man, one woman. Oh. Listen.
I built the cancer center on record time by the best construction company, Julius Berger, and I named it after one man. I built Judicial Institute, and I named it after one woman.
Odilia and his wife. But the two of them are now Fubara's godfathers. And they have betrayed Werewike. So, did you notice that it's not dancing? You know, Werewike likes to dance and he will dance to the music. Did you notice that it's not dancing? That's all you need to know. Somebody said, but he's supposed to be in Abuja. Doing what? When he's already been overthrown back there in his own supposed base. The base he used in negotiating to become a minister under the druggie. That's the base they are threatening there. Under 1 year. Do you think it's going to last 3 years? And they won't kind of, because the moment they realize that it's of no use. And these people gather themselves and take Fubara to go and sit Tifnumbu to go and, kiss the ring and lick the ass. Werewike can wake up tomorrow, he's already sacked. They did it to El Rufaya, didn't they? El Rufaya minister. Who would ever believe that they were going to reject El Rufaya? Nigeria Senate rejected El Rufaya. You don't get the drift. Don't worry. So yes, that's Werewike there. I was talking about that same River State, right? Here is what the NSCDC have been doing, and police. There's somebody that they call the #1 court leader in River State. The people seems to have protested to the police and all that. Now it seems they have killed him. I kind of want to add it to that Rivers report. 2 reports from River State there, right? After Werewike. Do you mind? Please.
Right now, I'm so excited. Even the community are so excited because this young man has been terrorizing the community for the past years with the effort of tracking him down. But we are happy today that the feat has been achieved. David Moses has been a terrorist. He's a serial killer, a kidnapper, and arsonist. So he's noted for, he's a notorious criminal that does not support to live. thank God for the police.
To me, today has been a day that God has decided to make us happy because they are our brothers. Like I was here since around 1 o'clock till now, and I saw some old women, men and children. They are celebrating. A lot of persons have been happy because they have left their communities. Some of them have been suffering, but today we are happy. We are celebrating. We are really happy. We are happy that he's dead. And well, according to them, they said his name is Solution, and he's also called Adeleke, which is his maternal home where he has been terrorizing. So that's his name. That's the little. We don't even know him, but according to the information we gathered from people and the security men that came back today, they said he has been there since 2017. All this while. He killed a lot of persons that up to even a pastor that he killed. That was the reason why that they were touched. He killed the pastor and his family. So people have been trying to feed the children, about 7 children that the pastor has and other families. So today, look at him here now. He's a very small boy by age. He's a small boy, but what he does is he doesn't allow people. According to what we heard, that the company around and people around, when the May and other business in that environment has not been going through. But today now, I believe they'll be going back home. So people have been drinking, we are celebrating. So we thank Nigerian police. Although, sincerely speaking, a lot of us lost confidence in them after the death of Bako, but they have brought back hope and peace. So we are happy. We are very happy. We thank Nigerian police. I will thank Commissioner DC for giving us the mandate again to believe. Auda is free a little now. For the past some months now, I should say, we've been moving. We can stay outside till 12 in the night. So we are happy.
I'm indeed very happy, even if the killer was from Ahoda West local government area and he was killed in Ahoda West local government area. But we do know that cultists in Ahoda East and Ahoda West local government area, do things together. So that this one has been brought down today means that criminality will reduce in our own local government area. So I want to commend the IG, I want to commend the Commissioner of Police, and I want to commend the officers of the Nigerian Police Force for what they are doing for us in Ekpe land.
We have been having series of attacks from this general, so-called general that had just been killed, General Deveke, alias Solution. He has been on the wanted list since 2016, close to about 10 years. He has been a serial killer. A lot of people have died through his hands. Nobody can fish, nobody can go to the farm because of this man. He is a kind of the king of the jungle. He comes to town in Ahoda West, in Ibia local government, Ibia clan, to be precise. The clan has been deserted, the community has been deserted. Because anybody who comes around, he kills and escapes at will. He does everything he wanted. So he has been on the wanted list of police for close to 10 years. We are so happy that today, officers of this command, led by the DPO personally, went after him, laid siege, and luckily for us, he has been got. So this is the end of the era of General Solution.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say.
Thank you, Lord.
What shall I say?
Thank you,
All I have to say is thank you, Lord. It doesn't matter how you see it. If you are somebody who once or who grew up or who once lived in communities that are not cities, or you grew up in some of those communities and you have these local terrorists that everybody is afraid of, okay? And maybe due to the little someday they will come around and say they just engage with the police and they have been killed, and suddenly everybody will just feel like, sanity will be brought back now. Somebody was asking, was his death going to bring back sanity? Maybe temporarily. Because apart from terrorism in Nigeria, the other people that I have not told you much about, and I think I should be telling you much about, is the pandemic of cultism in Nigeria. It is a pandemic. And I'm talking about you could barely even tell who, I mean, you know, usually you say those who are in higher institutions are those who are, prone to join courtism, Abi. No, you are wrong. Now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is a courtist, and you shouldn't try to find out. If you go to River State in Port Harcourt and all these areas, and they say, who dare you? If I ask you now, say, who dare you? Do you know the meaning? Eh? Do you know the meaning? No? Me too. I don't know the meaning. There are some of these slangs I see online and I just feel like, oh, more. She person will have to go back to school to understand how to respond, because if you don't respond well, if it costs you your life, the pandemic of courtism, male, female, drug abuse, like I'm talking about at a record level. You get? If a courtist hold you now and say, hey, who dare you? If you don't know what, like I just told you, Abi, they ask you, say, who dare you? I don't know. I think that simply means that who are you? I'm not sure. Don't listen to me, because I don't know the meaning. If they will lay me too, who dare you? I will just be like, about speak the language you understand. And that will be come out my left ear. The pandemic of courtism in Nigeria. We need to even shed more light on that. It is a pandemic. I'm talking about crisis where people will behead themselves. About poor children versus poor children. No, they will behead themselves. And they'll put the head on a spike and put them at visible areas where people will see them. They will cut themselves, they'll cut the head of, they'll cut themselves heads, right? And they'll put them in a sack and then they post it to the family of the people that they have killed and say, yeah, take delivery. That's another pandemic after terrorism in Nigeria. In fact, every courtist in Nigeria should actually be tried for terrorism. Is that too much? I'm telling you that they are brutal. Brutal, like brutal. You do not want to find out. And it is no longer in schools now. If Okada man carry you, speak the language to you, and you are not like the Esiwe Sabi. That's another pandemic out there. The other one is the restiveness that comes with lack of opportunity for the young people. The oil-producing region, the place where the golden goose that lays the golden eggs for Nigeria, the people from that part of Nigeria had to steal their own crude oil to survive. You can't believe that. So yeah, the NSCDC armed to the teeth, followed by the AIT crew. The credit for this video goes to AIT, by the way, okay? And this is what they did in that same River State, where Wiki was throwing tantrum earlier. Let's go back to that. Stay in River State again.
In a convoy, journalists and men of the Special Anti-Vandalism Squad of the Commander General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps drove from the command's office in Port Harcourt to Odagwa community and hit the forest where the refining sites were after an hour drive. Inspection of the sites took immediate effect as journalists were conducted round the pipelines and wellheads where the alleged illegal operators vandalized the facilities of one of the multinational oil companies, lay pipelines on the ground, linking it to its equipment for the siphoning of crude oil. In the course of conducting newsmen rounds, many story points and refined sites of crude oil were displayed before pressmen.
This is the receiver. This is where the product is now ended, and from here they can now export out of this vicinity to their would-be suppliers or buyers.
The NSCDC River State Command spokesperson Ayodele gave a comprehensive details of the discovery.
This is Odagwa community in Eche, local government of River State. 5 suspects have been arrested presently, while others at large. They were arrested for vandalizing the wellhead of Harris Energies. They tapped into the wellhead using different holes, different pipes
Some of the suspects who were arrested said they went into the venture because of the fast cash out.
We don't have a specific amount that we pay. It's what to work out.
Like for today now, if you succeeded, how much will you be paid?
I can work out. If by your strength, you can earn like 40,000, 50,000.
So why do you join this occupation?
I just see it as a easy way to live a life.
As the squad with journalists moved from one point to another, more refining sites were discovered.
Over there is the refining pot there where they cook the crude oil. As we are approaching the refining site, we heard some persons running away, suspected to be the illegal operators. The commandant has reassured Nigerians, Rivers people, that the NSCDC is ready to address the issue of illegal bunkering in Rivers State and in the Niger Delta region. MaiyegunDiary, AIT News, H.
Since them born me, I have been seeing the Nigerian police, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, NSCDC, even politicians, exposing oil bunkering and those who are doing illegal refineries in Niger Delta since them born me. Since the day I knew how to pronounce up NEPA. You know that time where you are going to be that you know that way you're like a tata, you're like a papa, mama, mama, mama. Up pepper, like that. Probably I was maybe 1.5 years old. I don't know. See, they don't bust. If way they do illegal, they call them illegal, refinery, illegal this, illegal that in Niger Delta. This is 2024. We will make sure we hand all the people doing illegal this, illegal that. It's all lies. All right? Just for the media, right? Everybody is trying to milk whatever they can milk from that system, as they can see the big fish coming in and taking the bulk of these resources for themselves, and they are left with nothing. It's unfortunate, isn't it? So I feel like we said something about the epidemic of cultists earlier. Some of you are retired cultists. Some of you know the meaning of who goes you. I said, who dare you? But now, I don't tell me, say, now who goes you? I don't even talk the meaning inside the comment section. Now, that is how we have to do some deliverance of some of you, too. Some of you are like a retired cultist. If we need a tutorial now for the coming generation about this pandemic, we will need some of you to sign up. We need your experience and experiences in this matter. So, yeah, are you not reading their comments? I took my time to go and read some comments. There was by making no church. In temple, inside this temple, we get retired cultists. I mean, some of you read them online. So we have a lot of work to do on all of us anyway. So going forward, we have seen what is happening in there. But here is the last time when the Nigerian government said they have launched a man-on for the escaped, for the escaped Binance executive in their custody. Remember that, right? Just for the record. Listen.
There is now a widespread manhunt on him. The Interpol has also been contacted, and government is optimistic that this individual will be brought to book very soon. And those who were charged with the responsibility of keeping him in custody have also been arrested, and they have been questioned. And as more information as regards that is available, it will be made available to Nigerians.
For us in revenue, it doesn't matter because we are dealing with company, not individual. So irrespective of where they are in the world, we have what it takes to make sure that they come and they comply with our law. So it doesn't matter whether the man is here or anywhere in the world. As long as we have Binance, there is no way they will escape the compliance matter that we file against them. So
there is now.
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Here is a successful, again, a town hall, different from Bulaba.
Blue. So let's take calls, okay? I'm going to go try and then have a fresh tea, which will take me like about 2 minutes to get back, okay? But if you have to go, well, it's all right. Just make sure you like the broadcast before you leave, all right? That's to show that you are here. And if you really want to be part of this as well, which is the other part of this conversation, the number to call is right there on your screen. Thank you. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you as well who have been really, really supporting this platform in your own way. Seriously, right? None of them is taken for granted, okay? Thank you once again. I will be back in a minute or two if you are still going to be here. Koolu, carry me they go, Joe, carry me they go.
70 years old man. You. Jesus is Lord. Jesus.
Thank you. And you are welcome back again. So the line is already buzzing. And I think I have my first caller already tonight. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General. Good evening to you and the Temple of Truth.
The African Wahala. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing very well, my dear brother. How are you?
Very well, too. Thanks for asking.
Yes. Man, I had to jump in this evening to express my thoughts on the entire presentation. Shout out to Senegal, my African Senegals. Congratulations to you guys. We all understand that there is no perfect country in the world, and nobody is expecting perfection from any society. Well, reasonable people are not expecting perfection. But the mere fact that the Senegalese institutions could kick in and implement the check and balancing between the legislative and the executive arm of government, that shows that there is a little bit of hope. And the message to my fellow victims of the evil contraption, a lot of us genuinely, and this is genuine, okay, a lot of us genuinely don't even know our rights in the society. We don't know the functionalities of the government. And that's why the clown, Sani, can be making statements like, oh, you don't have to know how they were rescued. Forget about that. Don't worry, the army is the one you should be asking that question. No. In a real society where you are a real citizen, you should have the ability to ask those types of questions. But clearly, we can see the level of arrogance between the Nigerian politicians and the Senegalese counterparts. In Senegal, when Macky Sall was trying to implement the new French stooge to take over him, the Supreme Court came in and said, no, that's not going to happen. We're going to set the date for the actual elections. And they did. And the young guys came into power. We are happy. Now, nobody is saying those young guys are going to be perfect. Nobody is saying those young guys are going to turn Senegal into heaven. No. But at least there is hope in the system. And that system was able to do the right thing. And that's more what we are asking for. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, in addition as well, they can no longer wholly blame the older generation anymore. Their destiny is now in their hands. Okay? How they make it, how they run it, is now in their hands. That's some real privilege, Baba. And they earn it.
Honestly. I mean, I wish we could have that situation, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen in Nigeria. It's not. Because even the Nigerians don't know how a country is supposed to be run, and they have no idea what their rights and responsibilities are as citizens. That's why they call these politicians daddy. And that's why these politicians call them, oh, my children, on national TV. Then let's go to Togo. Togo, congratulations to Togo for implementing the parliamentary system of government. What they have proven is that their institutions are also strong. I mean, even though the Nyansigbe family has been in power for 50-something years, about 50. So the son, Fao, has been in power for 19 years. His father was in power for 40-something years. Right. So those guys have been in power altogether for about 55 years. One family. But even within the state capture of Togo by the Nyansigbe family, their Supreme Court, or whatever system they used to implement this change in their constitution, still stands on top. And that just shows that any society where individuals, human beings, are less powerful than institutions, they have hope. Unfortunately, Nigeria does not have that situation, and it's never going to have that situation. It's not. We don't need to waste our time. I don't need to be explaining why it won't. I mean, we all have seen what has been going on in Nigeria for so long. It's easy to come to a conclusion that it's never going to happen. So I just thought I chipped in. Sorry to my young brother there that was bunkering oil in Bayelsa State. He was interviewed. They asked him how much he was making. He said he was making 40,000 naira, which is like, I don't know, $4 or something.
Maybe $30.
It's crazy. Something like that. You know, it's just unfortunate that the people are treated this bad for taking the same crude oil that these criminal politicians steal as well. The criminal politicians, they steal the crude oil, they use it to do whatever they want. They don't get punished because they are bigger.
In front of cameras.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
That's it. So, yeah. Thank you, Maiyegun General. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm glad you said something there about, people in Niger Delta. When you use the word people, right, it reminded me of, I was going to send our condolences to our people in Maryland, Baltimore in Maryland, in the U.S. What is the name of that bridge that collapsed again? I screenshotted it so I won't forget. It's called the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Yeah, there is a major bridge that collapsed in Baltimore in Maryland in the United States of America last night. It was hit by a ship. And then it's a bridge where you have cars on the bridge. The entire bridge collapsed. Plus the traffic on the bridge, everything collapsed inside the water. So the fire departments were trying to get everybody out. And in this one, I know that I probably do have a lot of us there from Maryland who are also members of this platform, which means the news is all over your TV since last night. So it will be of, you know, it will be of no kind of the nature of us, right? Not to share in your time of grief, okay? I can only imagine what it is like in your city right now, especially a lot of people who come from, who watches from the US. I have another caller on the line. Yeah. Hello there.
The general. The general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
CA from Atlanta. I'm good.
How are you doing today?
From Atlanta. I'm good. I'm good. It's been a rainy day in Atlanta. Rainy.
Has it been?
Rainy. Has been raining all since morning. Yes, yeah.
It's been windy, raining, and very cold in Glasgow too. Kind of awkward.
Yeah. It's about 6:12 p.m. right? 6:12 p.m. right now. Wow. Let me stop. Sometimes I just sit back and listen to let people call. I enjoy callers and stuff. That's why I don't call in regularly. You know, I always enjoy people calling. Sometimes,
but sometimes
you
just can't let go.
I can't hold. Yes, I can't hold it. I can't hold it. Look at the charade that's going on with these kidnapped children. This is insanity. This is just insanity. Look at too many questions to be answered, no answers anywhere. Funny thing. These people are just making money off Nigeria. They develop another industry in the north. Collecting money from Nigerian government and funding whatever they are funding in the north. That is terrible.
Using kids as their
that is terrible.
In all of this.
I want people complain, the people complain. Maiyegun, tell me, if this kind of business happening in the south, are you telling me those people wouldn't have been dealt with right now?
If it's going to be them invading the entire south and that's their soldiers to start killing and shooting aside, they will do it.
They're going to shoot everybody. They go to the village where the children are kept and they'll shoot everybody. Burn everybody on site.
I saw a news today, right? It's the news that the Kano High Court citing a violation of the Sharia Islamic law, and they ban a lady from using social media because it's using social media. She using social media as a lady violates Islamic law.
People are talking about change in Nigeria. It's so good what happened.
I mean, we might be in the same place called a country, but we are not. In fact,
we are not. You know, we are not. What happened in Senegal? What happened in Senegal cannot happen here. Not because the youth are not ready to do it. That's why I'm happy with what happened with the last election. They said the youth are not they came out.
They did.
Look at what they did. Look at what they did. To register for an election is a problem. To vote is a problem. Have you seen any country have you seen any country in the world where to register for an election is a problem? To vote is a problem. To can't vote is a problem. No. To release result is a problem. I just don't understand what is going on. And people still think this country is going to be better. I don't know what gives them that confidence to say that this country is going to be better. Nigeria will be saved, blah, blah, blah. It will say, great country. Let's be hopeful. Other countries pass through. They keep, and those are the real enemy of progress. Not you, Maiyegun, not me. We already know what's going to happen. But you see those people telling you, pray for Nigeria, the country is going to be good. We are too negative about it because we've seen what is going to happen. Yeah, and there's another factor people forget about one important factor. They are already preparing for 2017. And we know 2017 is not going to happen. There's no way you can win an election in Nigeria through voting. You can't change the government through vote. They should take it out. It's not possible.
And you mentioned participating in the charade. You cannot say you want to organize a revolution because they cheat you. They will say it's because you lost. That's why now we want to shut the country down. Then they will call their soldiers. So if you are not really ready for what is going to be the aftermath, stop deceiving yourselves like you can change anything through the ballot. It won't happen. And once you participate like this, you cannot complain later. And
you can't do anything.
No, if you do that.
And those who they'll be saying, why don't the youths organize themselves? Why they complain? Now they came out. Indeed. Where's the result? They came out. So I'm happy with what happened in the last election. At least it has shown that the youth have at least they've tried. They came out solidly behind the candidate. And look at how they truncated the whole
They
thing.
were abandoned by the institutions that were supposed to uphold what they call their law. And the result is what you found. It's a shame.
Look at the Supreme Court.
They are looking at Senegal now and they're like, man, that could have been awesome.
It's not going to happen. Senegal cannot happen in Nigeria because of factors.
It won't, no.
Apart from the politicians that are crooks, there are this third force, the Fulani Caliphate. They decide who is going to be president, whether I like it or not. They decide who is going to be president in Nigeria, whether I like it or not.
Senegal ahead. But it's just that they are not, by any means, having access to the political control of the place. But they do have some presence there too, Senegal. You know that?
Yes, I know. Maiyegun, let me not keep you. It's sad. It's sad that this is happening, but I mean, change, revolution is just the breakup of the country is inevitable and it's going to happen. And that's the only way. That's the only way to have a positive change. But through the ballot, forget it. They're going to decide who's going to be the president and nothing can be done. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, CA. You have a wonderful evening, by the way, because it's already evening right here in Atlanta. In Georgia, here is another caller. Hello.
Yeah. Baba, my kid.
How you doing today, Baba?
It's like this, Adebayo from Sweden. Baba, I feel you.
Prince.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure to hear from you today. And sometimes he will be so busy enough that you will be the least person I think will make it through.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, today I'm at home. I didn't go anywhere. So I just listened to you in the afternoon and I decided to call. Now.
Peace.
Adebayo, not Adebayo.
I've got to
Yeah. Well, good one. Yeah. Baba, what happened in Senegal today? It's just like, as a Nigerian, everybody will be jealous now. Do you know that president now is like, people at his age are still collecting money from their parents in Nigeria. They are still living with their parents.
I tell you. And they are still there arguing with you on social media that you have no idea. Shut up your mouth. What do you know? At the age of 38, at the age of 40, the ones who went to school and graduate, they would rather be PA to a lawmaker or a PA to this or that.
Baba, as I was just watching that video of that man making his speech,
that's so guy.
The next thing I saw on Instagram is Nigerian old youths, those ones that are above that man, above 40 something, arguing about very dark man, Bobrisky. That's what they are doing. I'm shocked. I say, God, why this Nigeria? Where will the people learn? When arguing rubbish when they are mates? Baba, no.
Actually taking charge of country, taking over country. But do you know something I have to say? Baba, it be like say this whole thing that we have witnessed in Senegal, that all of us are kind of like talking about today, is actually a revolution sponsored by the Senegalese in diaspora. Now, one thing we can enter the whole place, and this is not the first time I'm witnessing this. Though anything we enter Nigeria, logically, you can't say, oh, something work here. Oh, yeah, go and apply it to Nigeria. You run mad because you go kill yourself, right? So you have to develop a different kind of template for Nigeria. But this is not the first time. You remember Jammeh of Gambia.
Yeah, Jammeh.
You remember that guy that defeated him? Now, security guy for London, Manchester. The guy
took him in and started
president second term now.
Yeah, president.
His name is something Barrow.
Barrow,
yeah.
Yeah, Barrow.
You remember that guy? You remember that guy also returned from
I know the guy.
UK back to it was like a clown to Jammeh, the dictator. Jammeh has been there for 22 years. Remember now? But for the diasporans, the Gambians in diaspora, a complex they just agree. Can't send one of them. Like she will return that time. It worked in their country. Dictators fell. Same thing is happening in Senegal.
You know what?
Now. So
you know why it's not working in our country.
Prince, if I say sometimes we point the fingers and say, all of you, look at you are wasting your time. If you look under the finger, if I say they point at us too, Prince,
I dey tell you.
See, I'm like,
I dey tell you.
all of us, we did this.
I dey tell you,
set our priority right.
Yes.
Baba, go on.
Once you bring it to Nigeria, the old fools, because Baba, I go need to insult them now. The old fools that call themselves our elders, those are our elders. They are foolish, either cowards. They are cowardice. They cannot point finger to the right place. And the ones who are ruling in the ruling class, they are fools, killing their own citizens. Killing their own citizens. You see the way Jame was that time. That old fool too. The only thing he cared about was how to show how powerful he is. You know, he used to do this. They are wrestling. He used to say, he's a wrestler. Lead your country out of darkness, no way, until they forcefully remove him. Our own case, once you come out to say you want to remove, you want to change it, they will find one tag and give to you, and then they will criminalize you, and then they will find to assassinate you.
You say, yeah, I'm a Yoruba man. Are you sure? Yes, I'm a Yoruba. I don't think I want to. I don't think we should align with Yoruba, okay? Like, we don't really like. I say, okay, are you Igbo? You say, no. I don't think I want to align with Igbo. I don't think this thing will work. Now the Igbo people they in charge.
I'm telling you.
I'm not sure that this thing will work. Now the Yoruba people they beside it and behind it.
You
see, this idea is so great.
They learn this.
I'm not sure they go work. Now Christians they behind them. Nigeria own they different.
No, but this true. If they're different. This is true. We learn these things from the masters, which is UK and America. You see the way, just watch the way they fight their wars. UK and America, especially America, when their own allies are fighting, they will use the media. That BBC and CNN be lying. Everybody was believing that Ukraine was dealing with Russia until recently. That's what Nigeria is doing. That's what they do too. Once you come out like this, look at what they did to that governorship candidate in Lagos. They say what's the called? Anybody that brings, they say it's a Shinedu, is an Igbo guy.
It's going to remove all the Yoruba Obas in Lagos, and it will replace them with Ezes. And educated people. One lady in America did audio from the US, and she was calling for the killings of Igbos in Lagos, because they hear that once Gbadebo become governor, he will remove all Obas, Yoruba Obas in Lagos, and he will replace them with Eze. Educated people actually spread that all over. What do you call it?
I will not lie to you. The problem, Nigerian case needs to use. We need to sponsor people to do the needful.
Yes.
From diaspora. OTD war is war against the youth. It's war against
all of us. I said, after all of us have now understand that we have a lot in common, Abi. You see that resources they send back to Nigeria. That remittances they send back. 44. Now it is over $44 billion a year now. As the poverty increases. Even if just 1%, about 1% of that $44 billion, we channel towards revolution and other people, groups and others who are working, mobilizing, networking. If that now only 1% of that money that we are able to put together regularly every year to push towards that, where you see difference. I have seen what they did in Senegal. I saw what they did in a few places too. Until we get to that stage,
Baba,
we'll keep trying.
This is very heartbreaking, because if I see Senegal, the way I was looking at those young people, I was almost shedding tears. I say, let all of them.
And say, is this happening? Senegalese.
And they say Nigerians are the smartest people in Africa. They say we are the smartest, that we dust all the African countries. But look at what they are doing for themselves.
No, they lied to us, Baba. They lied to us, Prince. Anyway, thank you so much. I might take another one.
Thank you.
Nice one. Prince Adebayo from Sweden. You have a good one, Baba. So I have another caller though, but I want to say thank you to my man that will never call me, but just send me super chat to speak to me. Yomi Totsu. Here is what we have on the screen. The corruption in Nigeria won't allow it to happen. Even the people themselves are opportunists too. They will love to take advantage of the diasporans. Only want money before they follow you. I know. And that money has to be consistent, because if you spend the money from January to December 30th. If they ask you for that money by December 31st, and you tell them to wait and give you time, the money is not available. Forget all you have spent from January 1st to December 30th. If another person come around and just give them that one they needed for December 31st, the one you have spent for the last 365 days gone. It's nothing. And it breaks out, you know. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maiyegun. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening to you. How are you?
Yeah. It's been a while. I haven't called.
I know
for a while.
Like you make me get used to you. Then you disappear. And then you come back from there, and you'll be like, Maiyegun, do you know who is talking? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, you know, I've come to realization kind of that Nigerian politicians, they are only there to distract people from the real issue. So we have this kidnapping of children and all. After they announce it that some people have been kidnapped and so on, so that will linger, that will be in people's memory, and they'll be talking about it. They will forget that there's hunger in the land. We have a president that forced himself into on Nigerians and so on. So we forget that. So after a while, they will say, okay, they found them. So these are all just man-made issues.
So you see, it's just the area where we started believing that they are using children
the way they go.
in their dirty politics.
That's the way.
It's sort of valid, okay? Because number one, they do not want us to ask questions. Who took them? Some people must be responsible, okay? Then, what did you give to them before they released them, all right? And how? Is it rescue or release? Say, no, don't ask. Let us just be happy. They are back. Our children are back. Are you joking? Because they have something to manage, Baba.
Yeah. Imagine, after some time now, if people are making some kind of a comments that, we no go agree, or nobody go agree for anybody, they will start chasing people around that, those kind of language can cause. So they can cause this, they can cause that. Nothing is happening. We thought we are in a democracy where speech, we can say anything.
It's right there, your own
freedom expression. So why would you be choosing?
Now you in fact have a problem. So you get
okay. So So what is happening? The kidnappers, the terrorists, and all, they can't find those ones.
No.
They are, kind of, looking for them. Yeah, the governor will come out saying, they found some of
they're
working hard.
He's always thinking on how to work so hard.
They are not.
But they are
immediately they finish that statement. They are inside their offices, their air-conditioned offices, laughing. Look at them. At least you said something. That is their own theory. That's their own way of ruling.
Let me and you just imagine what it is like inside that room where they are cooking all of that thing. For example, now they will say, Excellency, sir, the camera is ready when you are ready. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And he will say, yes, okay. Is that what I said? I will say, no ransom paid, and I will thank I will thank a president, I will thank the army, and I will tell people that we should all rejoice. Say, yes, Your Excellency, the camera is on now. If you are ready, sir. Are you ready, sir? I say, yes, I am. Okay, yeah, go ahead, sir. I say, okay, yeah, no ransom paid. We are grateful to NSA. We are grateful to the army. Our children are back. We are happy. Let us celebrate. I say,
thank you to Mr. Tidumbu.
Then it will be like, is the camera off now? They say, yeah, yes, the camera is off. I say, let's hope that one work. Oh yeah, post it. Tell me the reaction. Now you
Oh
Sonu,
my
come
God.
here, and all of it. I kind of can imagine it. Because
yes.
come on now, who do they think they are, and who do they think
That's
they are
what they
talking
do. That's why. Hello?
Go on, Baba, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's why they don't like questions, because they are not prepared for it. They don't have answer for it. So they now look at themselves that, oh no, nobody can ask any other question, because they are not, they haven't prepared for that kind of speech. So because there's nothing real is happening. Because if truly something real is happening, there will always be answer to any question. Right? Because truly, genuinely, they are doing something. And you can see in their faces that, yes, these people are doing. But these people are not doing. Maybe they just finish eating two and follow the noon, and they just like, okay, Alaji, let's do this. Yes, summarize it by saying thank you, Mr. President. You are doing well.
All their PAs, they will be acting like professionals and say, yes, that one is good. Yeah, yes, sir. Very good. We'll assess that now. We will release all of that to the Arise News, AIT channels, and all of them. I've called them now. They are coming, sir.
Nigeria is gone, honestly. But now I'm glad that Senegal, at least, that is like a wake-up call for every Nigerian youth that, okay, what happened in 2023 can happen again. So it's just a way of, reminding them that, look, nobody is the owner of Nigeria. We are all Nigerians here. So anybody have the right to vote or whatever. And then always that will be a reminder. People will come out, even if it's their charade election, whatever. People just come out. Just, say your own.
To advise them to say, listen, first beaten, twice shy. If you are still convinced that now this election you want to start your own wala with them, it is better you know what you they get yourself involved in. Okay? Do not come back onto social media and begin to say, hey, United Nations, United America, UK, look at what they are doing to us. They don't allow us to vote. They are destroying our this. Don't come back to social media, because United Nations, America, EU, nobody go listen to you. It's either you are ready that as then they come with bottle. You say if you get the jagamu where they under your clothes, you go come out and say, Ogbeni will be you, see you, no rich here. Gentleman, but if you are not ready for all of that, and you won't go collect plastic card with your photo on it to remove drug dealers, good luck with that.
Now as we are speaking, they are already planning for another lie, or something that will distract people again. That okay, she be now one CEO that have just escaped for this or whatever. So that one now is on social media. Now people are talking and debating about it and so on. So I'm pretty sure maybe next week or whatever they will kidnap another 400 girls from somewhere, and then start parading it as an issue.
Well, I think 300, 230 supposed terrorists, those who have link with terrorists, no longer have the link with terrorists anymore. So you may not witness any mass kidnapping in the next few weeks, or you will witness mass release of clear Boko Haram fight. Oh, Nigeria is a mess, Baba. I'll take another one, Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You should.
Bye-bye. Yeah, you too.
So,
Bye.
I need I'm gonna. If I say I have taken another call, right? So I'm going to my caller. Can you hear me? Okay, I didn't take it. So I sort of took it late. But I've taken another one now. But I'm going to ask my caller to stay on there. Please don't leave. Stay there. I want to quickly ask all of us who are still there in the temple with us tonight, as you are trying to call in, I advise you bring out your phones, okay? At least, come on now. How can we be over 2,000 at a point, and you could barely see 1,000 of you who have actually liked the video? Like, such a big deal, right? So if you can do that for me, that would be great. I have another caller on the line. I want to believe that's Adiola, but maybe I'm wrong. Hello there.
You're 100% right. This is Adiola speaking, man. How you doing?
Right. Thank you. Adiola.
How far, Baba? How you doing?
Well, very well.
I just want, hopefully this night not going to take too much of your time, Jerry. You just, I think this night's edition is quite, it's quite, interesting to see how Senegal
okay, I know,
try to, to start on a different, trajectory, which is quite impressive, and I applaud them for making that change. And can you replicate it in Nigeria? I think it leaves, I'm not sure that can happen. I don't think that can happen. I think it's sad to say that we have.
Go deeper, right? Do you not think there were those who genuinely believed that these guys were wasting their time in Senegal too? Like genuinely.
Of course.
Even to
genuinely, yes, of course.
That this of
course,
they are not just social media, they load and all of that. So you probably might not have to say it only that it can't happen in Nigeria, but I do know where you are coming from. I'm just saying, right? But,
I think there's a lot at stake in Nigeria because of the vast amount of wealth.
Right.
There's a vast amount of wealth. So there's a lot to lose. So people would, rather, die than to allow, to release all the advantages. So I think based on that, it's hard to replicate that model. Every country or every contraption in Africa, so to say, I think there's a method that is intrinsic to them that would work for them. I don't think it's a cut and paste.
Applicable to everyone.
Yes.
Everyone, their own situation or what have you is always unique.
Yes.
Okay, I get that now. Go on.
Yes. So our own solution is embedded in where our problem lies. So I think after a while, the outcome of this current administration maybe would wake people up to let them understand, this train is going nowhere. It's grounded. It's like a train I think is going to go, but it's not going anywhere.
No.
So I believe the outcome of this current administration would, eventually open people's eyes up to say, this is inevitable. The change has to come. It's not a country. Right. We keep on deceiving ourselves. It's not a country. It has never been a country, and to not be a country until the people that are in that contraption agree to be one. There's a book called the Tropical Dependencies by Flora Shaw. It's a fun, it's a book whereby I think everybody should should look at, and although it's condescending in the times whereby she wrote it, but it gives you a full understanding of how they see us as Black people. And the moment you understand that that's a woman that purportedly coined the name Nigeria, and if you look at the name of that Nigeria, it's a different ball game altogether. So until we understand that it's not a country, it's not just saying it's not saying it's not a country. It's not acting like one. That contraption is not acting as a country. It has never acted as a country. So it's hard to say, but I'm a school of thought that we have to wait this out. People that have been shouting Tinubu, eventually their eyes will clear that, this train is not going anywhere. And my only comfort is that there's a generation of people that I believe would not take this nonsense. This is my point. So if other generations could take it, so it's a build-up. It's not sustainable. We've all said it in this program that, at some point, it will crack. This system, but Michael, let's just be honest with you. Let's be honest. Do you think this system that your country running on would make people prosperous?
Impossible, Baba. I mean, we all agree.
It's impossible.
That, the entire thing was put together not to serve me and you. All right. So it is meant to serve some certain interests. We are the serfs. We are the ones who have to toil the ground and sweat and bleed to ensure that that the Nigerian project is put together to serve, continue to benefit from it. We all agree that this whole arrangement, that Nigeria is not working and the rest of that, they are all man-made. Okay? It's all intentional. So, of course, why would I kind of be deluded enough to believe that a contraption put together intentionally to keep me poor, miseducated, poorly educated,
and this is the outcome.
divided,
Yeah, so
and I would think that is going to prosper me. I will be one of the most deluded, what do you call it, animal that ever lived.
So the outcome, we face the outcome every day. The outcome of this rubbish system is what we see every day. We have all the proof. You know, sometimes you say to yourself, oh, why we the country will get better. It won't get better because the proof, the outcome is reminding you every day that the proof is there. It will not get better until you remove these people. You know, it is mind-boggling, but at the same time, I just have that belief that there's a generation of people that would come up that will not take this nonsense again, because the outcome is convincingly that it will not become prosperous. You know, I don't understand why. You know, it's an anomaly, because you mentioned the figure of 44 billion. You know, of foreign remittances into that country. Is even an anomaly whereby you have people living outside that contraption contributing immensely,
subsidizing the economy, ruined by
it's
economic sabotage.
Maiyegun is nothing good to write home about. If the people outside are more productive than people living inside, it tells you
that is not good.
It is damning. You know, during my undergrad, you know, there was an article that one French journalist wrote in Business Day. Very fantastic guy wrote that article during my undergrad, you know, which I even used some of it as my thesis. And he was more or less shading Obasanjo at that point in time, because he was globetrotting, looking for foreign capital, foreign direct investment, whereas they were mocking him. That school was mocking him because you had Nigerians investing directly into that country through remittances, overseas remittances. So they were saying, why is it going up and down the whole place when his own people are the ones contributing mostly to the economy?
I don't even understand the meaning of that. Okay,
do you understand
that? You are looking for investors. Your entire they are flying everywhere. Okay. Begging them with the resources of Nigeria. Where at the end of the year, they spend about, let's say they spend $1 billion, Google globetrotting, right? And at the end of the year, they bring investment of $1.4 billion. Meanwhile, Nigerians in the diaspora regularly, from the time we have been
are bringing 40-fold of that.
They will remit 20 billion, 25 billion, 30 billion.
That's 25-fold of that.
And now 44 billion. But we don't even have plans to vote. Which have any right.
You know, so it's an anomaly whereby people living outside that contraption as the one contributing. It doesn't make any sense. So it tells you that it has all the markings of a state that is not well put together. And until we come to that realization, I think people need to be on the same page that, you know what, this thing is not working. And it's the poverty that is the driver of that. People say, oh, the exchange rate are stabilized. Okay, fine. It's stabilized. Let's see how long it will hold for. Because it will just hang maybe at that 1,005, 1,006, 1,007. But it's not going to go back to 1,000.
See the plan. I'll tell you the plan. Okay. Again, it is to be weighted out. It can't be like a time like this that they bring division somehow. Because what I'm about to tell you right now is going to be like I'm trying to prophesy. All right. So here is the plan. Okay. So they are intending to spend about $100 million. They do not have all of that now. Okay. But they intend to. They want to inject that directly into the hands of the BDCs. Give some to the banks. And then continue to quote how much the dollars must be exchanged for. That is the price control. Okay. They will get the dollars at its real value, which is the value of about 1,900 naira to $1. That's the real value. Okay, that's the real value of naira now, 1,900 and something to $1. But in order to make sure that it doesn't look like they have destroyed Nigeria, so that the zombies can begin to feel like maybe they are working. So they want to keep the market price at 1,000 naira max. And possibly 900 naira to $1 before April. You know, say April is so near now That means they have to quickly roll out that money more. Okay. If they have shared 15 million in 5 days, now we have 5 more days to the end of March. And in order for them to meet their targets, they will need to spend like another 15, 20, or 30 million dollars. See that little money we are talking about with Giant of Africa. See the little money they are making people believe is the money that is now stabilizing naira and dollar. Baba, $15 million. This is where you know it's a complete joke, okay? But again, let's ride with it. Let's ride with it. That the Giant of Africa used $15 million in 5 days to bring the price of exchange rate down, and educated people believe them, okay? So the next 5 days, they will need to spend double of that. So at least to take the money to about 45 million. Okay, and then they can meet maybe 950, 940 to $1, even 800 to $1 to make it sound great. But the problem right now is that once they announce 800 naira to $1, they would have to spend so much money. They would have to find more dollars to make sure that they are supplying the demand that we are going to come on from May, especially from May. They are going to get some people who want to pay school fees against September. Those who want to pay medical bill on their elsewhere, you get those who want to send money to their children abroad and all of that, they will need more demand. Now, to fill in, to make sure, say the price no change, suddenly from 800 to 2,000 naira to $1, they will need more dollar. Adiola, you are an accountant. You have an idea of what I'm talking about. They will need endless supply of
artificially managed. It is,
how can be short for 1 day or 2 days? It go be person that get accident again. The country
crash.
500 story.
It will be a very sharp crash. You're trying to artificially manage the exchange.
That's what they are doing.
And the underlying issues remain. See, if we go back to the focus, what I believe will happen is that you will start seeing neighboring African countries taking matters into their own hands and prospering. You start seeing that other countries that would choose to work together will work together, and economically they will leave Nigeria behind.
I think they are already leaving Nigeria behind.
They will leave Nigeria. They will leave Nigeria. They will leave Nigeria behind. They will leave us behind.
Call the block of Nigeria in jail.
Of course, now they will. They will be. It's a matter of time. So I don't believe in the concept of Africa uniting as a whole. The people that want to work together will work together. That is how everything is. So when they work together, then you that choose not to work with them, maybe you learn a lesson or two, then you now start changing your mind based on new information. So I believe countries like Senegal, they might not be as big as that contraption, but they will start having tangible evidence of prosperity. And you will now start asking those questions. Baba, don't forget to, you still owe me and what's her name? Cham, a section on your program.
We will have it.
And don't forget to.
See, there are so many people already penned down, and I'm going to one of these days, we are going to work around that, because I know you all are busy with your own everyday life too, right? But the fact that I can steal some time out of your time, and you are willing to give them, right, is enough.
Of course.
So I haven't forgotten. Adiola Baba.
Okay, no problem.
You have a
enjoy.
Evening, okay, nice one, Baba. So that's Adiola, my brother, and he's a veteran on this platform. He's an accountant, and when he speaks logic about numbers, he loves number. He's somebody who actually loves numbers, okay. And I love people who love numbers, okay. No homo, but I mean, like, because I'm so terrible with. I keep saying I'm terrible with number, but I don't think I'm that bad with number. But I'll keep believing that I'm terrible so that I can be better. All right. So see, we have about 15 minutes more, or maximum of 20 minutes to go. And you are still here with me. You haven't really liked the broadcast. What is your excuse? In a reason, can excuse it. Emoji. Hello there.
Hello. Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening. Good evening from here. Good afternoon from here.
It is afternoon. How are you this afternoon over there?
I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. At least, it's working. It's working. The evangelism is going. But last night I saw something that made me. I tried to cry, but I tried to put myself. I said, "Thank God, I've jumped over from the from that contraction across Nigeria. But I still have people there. We must think about that. I saw a male winning best female dresser in Nigeria, and people are celebrating it.
I have been telling myself that God, please, let nobody mention that thing at all tonight until they forget in Jesus' name.
No,
Bobrisky and that's been everywhere all over the internet.
That when we don't speak on such things, our youths there, because we that are here now, I've not said that we are lucky, but we are lucky because things we know now, they don't know it. If we go there, they don't even have money to put to load their internet. I'm telling you the truth. Many of them, they don't know what is going on. When I call my people down there and I'm telling them some things that is happening there, they will be like, how do you get this news? How do you get this news? But they have office. They have office in their hands. They only know WhatsApp and Facebook and TikTok. That's what they know. So last night when I saw this thing and I saw 44 years old guy in Senegal becoming a president, I was like, what is going on in our side? You see, it's very, very, it's heartbreaking. And when you go back to the news, I saw one news again. People are still dying because of their rice. Students, youths again, are hustling to get a rice.
That also died in Bauchi because they wanted to go and collect 10,000 a few days ago. I just don't want to keep bringing that here all the time.
I'm not talking about the old ones again, because the old ones, I told my friend last time, I said these old guys now, they are just buying time to die, because even their children cannot fit into their shoes, because their shoes are so big, filled with criminality. So their children cannot fit in, and the youths that are coming on are very aggressive. But just that the securities are now pushing them down. But when I look at these securities now, I begin to ask myself, are these people in another world? Because I keep on saying this, I cannot have a rifle and be guiding a man that eats his dog is feeding more than me, and I cannot pay my child school fees when I get home, but I have a rifle standing behind him the whole day. I provide for him. When I go back to my village is on fire. They will tell me Fulani people, they are killing my people, or maybe bandits are killing people cannot travel. When you're leaving this place, the first thing will be in your mind, how are you going to move from Lagos to your last destination? How are you going to move from Abuja to your last destination? You begin to think about another money, expenses. Someone that feel like 10 hours, 11 hours. Normally, when you come to your country, you will relax your mind and you drive, enjoy the road. But this time around, you have to calculate all these things, and you see those men, you see them flying private jet. When you go to Nigerian International Airport, you will see, if you see the hangar of private jet, Maiyegun, this belongs to all these old men. And you begin to see Wike again. Now, Wike is thinking that he has suppressed Fubara. He now brought out his band. He has been scared. Now, his band is back again. Now, he's now moving around with band. A minister that's supposed to focus somewhere else. So, and again...
Renewed change, renewed hope, renewing people's hope.
Yeah. Because I believe Fubara is not coming the second time. Wike have pushed him to the wall. He's gone. And he has accepted defeat. I'm telling you, for Wike to bring out his band back, to be making all this nonsense, then he has gotten everything he wants, that we push Fubara away, except the people of Rivers, they said no. Which that it cannot happen, because Fubara, looking at Fubara's face, he looks like a woman. He cannot do anything.
But that is what
if you look at him,
we came out. They said he deceived him. He didn't know that he's a very smart, cunning guy. That he is, because he doesn't talk, he's quiet. Wike said he thought it was a very obedient and loyal person, but immediately he got the power, he's showing him now and uniting all his enemies behind himself.
But he's not using Fubara is not using the power. Okay, coming to the dollar, coming to the money going down issue. Last time they went and arrested the Blue, they changed people. Later, I heard they gave them $20,000. Now, this time around, they begin to go to that corner again. And I saw what they said about the money they are going to give to them so that they can put. So, and I told my wife, I'm in the next April, get ready to, this dollar will hit up to 1.6 again because they will finish this money now. I don't know where they got this money. They are hiding it.
I don't know how much they have, but let's give them benefit of the doubt that maybe they can maintain it for the next 2 months. So that people can begin to see changes in prices of food. Because I never understand this kind of thing too, my brother, sir. Because look at it, dollar they come down, dollar they go up, price of food they go up. Dollar they naira they go up, dollar they come down now, but price of food still they go up. What did they happen?
Yeah, food going up is normal thing by Nigerians. They anything that goes up in Nigeria never come down. But it's laughable when they say they remove 10 naira from petrol from 650 to 640. It's laughable. If you want to crash it, then they
see crash it.
Crash it is 10 naira. So, but that, these old men, I don't know, their advisors are also old, or maybe they are fighting for their own stomach. But I believe the best advisor to them is going to be their children, which they are using our money to send to abroad to learn, that their children have seen where the world is going now. Like me and you, where the world is going now. Their children are supposed to tell Papa, this thing you're doing is not normal. Look at what you are going to be later, the future, how this future will bring it. So, but their children are not telling them the truth because the money they are stealing is waste money to train their children. And those men that are in abroad, or all those men supporting them from abroad, if you look at them, if you know them one-on-one, you will see that these guys are people that came 1980 that don't know anything again. Where the world is again now.
Nigeria still get Gongola states, Bendel states.
Yeah.
That time when you say Nigeria get 30 states, you get them.
Yeah.
Talk about their stories. We they call them the Mumumadus here, okay? Yeah. The Mumumadus where we say they don't live Nigeria. Yeah. If you ask them and say, sorry, where you from? They say I'm from Western region. What? Yeah, Western region, Nigeria, Western region. You don't know Western region? So they say we're in Western
region. These are the people.
Western region.
These are the people.
Yeah, you left Nigeria a while ago. It's a long time. You no longer use Western region anymore.
These are people they always go and search for and bring them. When you watch them, when you watch the one-on-one on interview, like the last caller said, one caller said, they don't know what to say. They are not prepared for any question. They are not prepared for anything. They are just straightforward, like this kidnapping issue. I believe Tinubu is not saying the truth. And if Tinubu want to, I don't know if Tinubu wants to live another 20 years on this earth, let him close his eyes and deal with these guys very well. Because these guys, after this ransom now, I told you, these guys are going to from the back to pay the ransom. They paid ransom. They will not lie. They never wanted the parents. They are monitoring the parents.
They want to release from Kuje to now. Those 230 people they said they have linked to Boko Haram. They are part of the
230. These are the deal.
Tomorrow now. Okay, they said no, they have no link to Boko Haram again. We are freeing them tomorrow. Me who are the suspects say they are part of the deal. Maybe they come pick me.
Maiyegun, I said it last week. In the afternoon. I called in. Tinubu, Niger border opening is part of the deal. This Boko Haram that want to release the 230, part of the deal. This kidnapping is the threat Gumi gave. This is the threat, and the people that they killed a few days ago is the threat. So Tinubu is going to do more again for them. So I don't know if people want to live forever. Let him close his eyes and crush these people once and for all, or divide Nigeria for us. Let us be free. But Nigeria is not going to work, like the Adiola said. Nigeria is not going to work. Senegal, everybody will leave us behind. Everybody, we already left behind already. We are just drowning. We are just drowning. You know, both the youth, the old, the young, and everybody, we are drowning. Even we that are in abroad now, there's nothing we can do to help those people there. But those people are there. They are not. Look at celebrating Bobrisky. You know. Thank you so much, my brother. Good night.
Thank you very much. Our time is almost done now. In fact, right on the clock. We wrap yourself with this, okay? They have left you behind. So everybody who still think Nigeria is theirs, Nigeria is not for anybody. We need to remind them. Baba, thank you so much for being part of this, okay? Enjoy the rest of the evening yourself, okay? So, thank you.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be
photo. So thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this long chat again tonight. It is the collection of all of the happenings, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa this time around. Now, if you joined us midway, it's been a wonderful 176 minutes. It's about 180 minutes so far. 3 hours of an interesting conversation on this platform tonight. And I want to say thank you to every one of you who's been part of it all along, sharing it, liking it, and even commenting, engaging yourselves. But please, don't let these 3 hours come to nothing or waste. If the message in this video, for some reason, does not resonate with you, that will be a waste of time. My messages, as they have never left without making their impact. Here is one of them again. So make it count. Thank you so much for your time. I am going to see you some other time, okay? And that will be next, that'll be tomorrow. Your breakfast and then midday, session. So thank you. Take it easy. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. tútù. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn làjù. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ kùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Allow the children it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Off your mind.
Chai! Now Wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Oh, I'm on do.
Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me once again. And please, as usual, okay, kindly let me know how the audio is on your own device right there, okay? Please let me know that. Apart from the background music that seems to be going back and forth, off and on like that, right? Let me know how this sounds, like you are hearing me right now. Share the broadcasts. Some news from other parts of Africa, West Africa, from Senegal to Togo. Their stories are a little bit like, sort of inspiring, but there are stories behind them. We want to kind of pick the stories behind them. Maybe you and I can learn one or two things tonight. Share the broadcast.
Sorry, you too. And yes, right.
You have seen them taking shot at the Nigerian Naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria is playing with you. And some people are already asking questions. How come the dollar is going down and the price of food is going up? What is going on?
voodoo economy ni. I should be a chief, right? You call me Shifo. Meanwhile, just for your own information, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi has met with those that invited him, the security agents. And according to him, the conversation was very, the interaction, he called it, interaction was very, fruitful. And there is no cause for alarm. Have you shared the broadcast yet? So yes, Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Maiyegun and this is live. If you have read the caption of the broadcast, the description of this broadcast, and you have shared it, and you have also liked the video from whatever platform you are watching it from right now, this is for you. Thank you. Now, let us start from the start. From the news, from Senegal, we have been hearing this positive news from the effort of the citizens who are also so similar to that of Nigeria. They are also a country of different ethnic tribes and all that, conjured together. But they were colonized by French, just like Nigeria was that of British. Somehow, the politics of divide and rule also work in Senegal. For some time, it's always been the lot, the establishment. But this last 2 years seems to have changed all of that to the point that the effort has actually been